Students, now we are going to discuss the second part of the first experiment. Actually, in the first experiment, there are total 3 parts. The first part we have already discussed how to do the RC coupling. Now the second part is to study the direct coupling technique for the transistor amplifier. For this particular experiment, the apparatus will remain the same. You can see there is a signal generator, then CRO, and after that this is the training kit. One thing that I want to highlight here, that the kit will remain same in case of direct coupled amplifier as we have already used for the RC coupled one. The only difference is that we have to connect the output of the first transistor at the input of the second by just make it a short circuiting circuit, and this switch must be in the off condition. So now this circuit become a direct coupled transistor amplifier. So we can say that a single kit will work for the two purposes. It can work as a RC coupled also. It will work as a direct coupled also. Now I am going to tell you about the direct coupled amplifier. You can see here two-stage amplifier is said to be direct coupled if there is not any coupling device between the output of first and at the input of the second. Why direct coupling is important? Because to deal with the low frequency signals, it is not possible to use any coupling device like a capacitor. What happens if at a low frequency we will use a capacitor, then its capacitive reactance will become very high, and in such a situation drop across the capacitor will become very high and we will get a negligible output on the second stage of the transistor. So to deal with the low frequency signals, the manufacturer has to set the transistor in such a way that its biasing will not vary when we connect one to the other. Instead of dealing with the whole circuit, manufacturer have to concentrate on the individual components to set the DC biasing conditions to get a faithful amplification. Now we will observe how to take the output. Observations will remain the same like in the first case for the RC coupled one. First we took the output of stage 1 without coupling, and it will remain the same because the kit is same and we are giving the same frequency.
So students, we will take the readings, okay, and the input voltage will remain the same, okay, and the output of the first stage will also be same. Output of the second stage without coupling will also be same, but only the output of the second stage with the coupling, that will change. So first of all, we can see now here we have at channel 1 we are having the input signal, okay, even you can measure that, and that is almost same 2.4 into 0.5, that is 2.4 into 0.5, okay. So it is 1.2 volt. Now for measuring the output of first stage, that will also be same. So here it is almost 3.2 volt into 0.5, okay, that is 1.6. that was also same as the previous, okay. So it is 3.2 into 0.5, that is 1.6 volt. That is the output of the first stage without coupling. Then output of the second stage without coupling. So now it also we have to keep this RC coupling in off stage. Also we have not short the output of the first stage to the input of the second stage. So this is without coupling. So you can see from the CRO that output voltage is 0 volt, as we are not providing any input to the second stage. Now the third reading you have to take the output with the second stage with the coupling. Now for direct coupling we will simply short the output of the first stage to the input of the second stage. Now you can see the waveform. Some clipping is there because the amplification is
because the level of amplification is much higher. If the amplification is more, then the quality of the signal reduce. Quality factor has been reduced. That's why there is some distortion in the signal. Signal is highly amplified. Actually, this is known as the clipping of the signal. If we can vary the frequency, it might be possible to reduce the clipping.
So here we can adjust the frequency so that the clipping can be reduced. So simply, or we can take the reading, okay? And because we have to simply see that amplification is taking place. So now we will take the reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 5.4. 5.4 into 2 volt. It is 5.4 into 2 volt. So it is 5.4 into 2 volt. Okay? So output will be almost 10.8 volt. Almost 10.8 volt. The output will be 10.8 volt. So you can see the difference, and that output has been amplified to a very large extent. So you will students simply take the various readings by adjusting the frequency. You will change the frequency, then you will measure the input voltage, and then you will measure the output voltage. Then you will plot the graph between the frequency and the voltage gain that you can do when you will physically come to the college after lockdown. Thank you, students.